Hello everyone, welcome back to E20 Zone TV. I've just thought I'd decide to do a quick video on our masterclass defence that we have at present. I must say I'm thoroughly impressed with how they're playing. Uh, and yeah, in the space of a week, we've had 3 wins, no goals conceded, and we've looked very, very good defensively. Very, very good. Before I get into it, if you like my content, please do subscribe. It goes a long way. It helps me out. I'm getting up there slowly. And yeah, give me a subscribe. And I hope you like what I do on the content front. But let's get into it. West Ham's brick wall. And this is West Ham's brick wall of a defence. I'm quite surprised, if I'm honest, to tell the truth. I never saw this coming with our defence. We haven't really played anyone of note to say, you know what, we've been under severe pressure. And the only 2 games we've lost this year are Manchester United, where it was a worldy goal and we should have got a point out of that game, and the Brentford game, where if we don't do the role reversal of Souček and Rice, I believe we get something at that game and all. I've got to admit, Ben Johnson is pushing for a starting spot at West Ham now. He's playing his natural position. He's looking very good, and he deserves the plaudits that he's getting. He really does. At the end of the day, it took a long time for Ben. It took a long time for him to come in. Hello, Dylan. Hope you are well, sir. It took a long time for Ben to sort of stamp his card, and obviously with Kafal being out, he took his chance. He took his chance, and at the end of the day, he deserves it at the minute. And Kafal's going to have problems trying to get back in this squad and in this team for sure. I just don't see Ben Johnson letting up, if I'm honest. I thought he was very good yesterday, and he looked good in all the games, if I'm honest. Even against Everton last week, I was nervous for Ben. I thought he's coming in, all eyes, all the spotlight's going to be on him, but he embraced it. He was very, very good, in my opinion, and he's been very, very good. Obviously, this week, do you play him again against Manchester City? I think chuck him in again. I think he's flying at the minute, and yeah, he's been part of that sort of defence over the last week. That's looked very, very good. Like, obviously, Zuma and Abon didn't play Thursday night, but Ben has played in all the games, and he deserves the credit. Like, he truly does deserve that. Obviously, going to the other side of our defence, and Cresswell, who has played every game, because we haven't got no recognised left back at the club other than him who can defend. And I'll tell you what, he's another one who's sort of, something's happened since the international break, in my opinion. It really has. And he's looked a class above. Right, he's come back from the international break, and he's looking like the Cresswell of old. Like, before the international break, he was pretty poor, if I'm honest. His crossing was poor, and he would get into positions, and the cross would be either over hit, under it, first man, last man. It was never on the money, so to speak. But yeah, he's doing good things. Cresswell. He's been here a long time. He's been here since like the Upton Park days, and he's getting better slowly, but he needs help. He does need help. He needs help to sort of take the pressure off him, so to speak, because he is the only left back we have at the club, and it's important that we sign someone to not only challenge Cresswell but help him also, because he can't do it all. He really can't. And like anyone who's like seeing Cresswell recently, like he's defensively, West Ham have never been this good. For all the years I've been watching West Ham have always been a team that will score goals, but we will concede the same amount of goals. So yeah, it's very, very good. Let's have a look at the comments while the people are in the chat. We've got Dylan, who's a Cardiff fan, says Ben Johnson really impressed me yesterday. I've got to admit, mate, he impressed me too. I thought he was excellent from start to finish, and he didn't see much of Son, if I'm honest. Lee, who's a regular subscriber and viewer to the channel. Hi, James. I enjoy your shows. I went to see West Ham play against Spurs on Sunday. Good win for us up the Hammers. Yeah, it was a good win. It was a good win, and I think you got to look at Ben Johnson and go, you know what, right? Because he gets a lot of going back to Ben Johnson. He gets a lot of stick. He's a lot of stick, and I have backed this man up from minute one, like with certain things, because some people say, yeah, we don't need a left back because Ben Johnson can play there. He can't play left back. He's not a left back. He's a right back, and he's a bloody good right back when he plays. I think the Bowen and him connection is very, very good. Don't get me wrong, I love Cafal. I think Cafal's a great, great player. He's one of the best right backs I've seen at West Ham. But it's going to help Cafal in a way because there's now, if Cafal is not up for it or needs a rest or anything, Ben can come in and do a job. But the most important thing for the whole aspect of this is why I've done this, is that he must sign a new contract, Ben Johnson. He's in the last year of his contract. He must sign a new deal at West Ham United. We can't have an Ngakia situation again, like where he just, what we're going to do, let this man run his contract down and go and play for someone else. It's like that can't happen. So our owners have to do the right thing and basically sign this man up, right, to a long-term deal, a 5-year deal. And I believe we will get the best out of him. Obviously, it's an issue at the minute, but I hope it gets resolved very, very soon. But looking at our centre halves, I just want to start off with Kirk Zuma. Breath of fresh air. Breath of fresh air, mate. I've never seen a player so composed at West Ham United, especially in defensive. Like we can go back to years ago when we signed Gabardon and Collins from Cardiff. They were very, very good. But I must say that Zuma has come in, embraced the club, embraced what it means to be the main man at, like the main centre half pairing, and he's brilliant, absolute first class. Right, and I can't fault him enough. Like I thought he was man of the match yesterday. I think he dominates in the air. He's good in both boxes. He's good on the ground. His feet's good. He's very rarely puts strays a pass out of position or anything like that. And for £25 million that we signed this man, I think it's great. I really do. I really do think it's a great bit of business. I really do. And obviously, his partnership with Abono, who I'm going to get onto in a minute, has flourished. Obviously, that is not the future, though. Right, and Abono's good for now, but Abono's getting older. He's 34 years old. The Premier League's getting faster. And basically, the time is now to get Abono in like a sort of semi-role and go with Zuma and Diop for me personally. People might disagree with that, but I think if we can get them two working together, Zuma and Diop, we've got a phenomenal centre-half pairing. I do really mean that. But don't get me wrong, I love Abono. I think Abono's been great, and I'll get onto him shortly. But yeah, let's go to him. Dylan Bluebird. It's great for West Ham that now expecting his top 6, top 7. If I'm honest, Dylan, I would never have believed it many years ago, mate. I've watched West Ham a long, long time, and I'm the most realist YouTuber out there. So I will say it how it is. And I've seen West Ham get completely destroyed by teams and play with some absolute people who are not even worth wearing the shirt, in my opinion. I've seen better players in the past play over Hackney Marshes, over the local Sunday League, than I have played at West Ham. And West Ham have sometimes been a bit of a laughing stock when it comes to buying players. We used to always buy people for the retirement home, so to speak. But there's none of that now. We're buying proven Premier League players who are coming in and can do a great job for us, and they make us better as a club. So yeah, I think it's absolutely brilliant at present. Evening, James. Great win for you, mate. I hope you are well, bud. Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. I'm very good. I am very well, Paul. Jay Woods, Mipo Odebeku's Instagram story suggests he could be recalled or joining another team in January. It's a shame. It's a shame with Mipo. I want him to go out on loan and get some experience. I don't think Championship is his level yet. I think League One is his level, someone like MK Dons, Portsmouth, Sunderland, someone like that. And yeah, that's his level for me. But to talk about our centre half pairings, obviously we've got 4 good centre halves at this club now. Like Dawson come in the other day, done a great job, like against Genk. I thought he looks better, like, and I don't know what Moyes is doing, but he's making these players like better than what they was, so to speak. Like Jesse Lingard come in last season, tore it up, right? Done nothing at Man United. Right, he hasn't, well, apart from scoring against us this season, he's done nothing previous. And before he comes to us, he was doing nothing. It just seems like they go to Moyes, he gets that magic potion, and they turn him into well beaters, like really good class players. So yeah, like when I look at it, I see that. But I must admit, defensively, we look good. We look good, right? And as I say, with a Bonner, moving on to a Bonner now, I think a Bonner, he's been a great servant at West Ham. He really has. He's done some wonderful things with us. He's been through the hard times, though. That man, right? He's seen us get absolutely obliterated, but he's always been professional. He's never wanted to leave, so to speak. Um, a few years ago, many years ago, people wanted a Bonner out. 2 years ago, people said no, he's no good. He's not good enough. Basically, calling for his head, basically to say, you know what, we don't want him at this club. And 2 years on, he's one of, like, if you excuse Zuma, Bonner's been our best defender at West Ham United. Like he's always been very, very, very good. Like consistently good. Like especially over the last 18 months, 2 years. And yeah, I just look at it now that I'm loving the partnership between them two. There's a very good connection there. Right, it's the old Italian defender with the young up and coming Frenchman, and it's very, very good. Very, very good. And it's so pleasing to see that West Ham can now defend games. Like we can see games out. As West Ham fans and people who are watching this who are in the chat will understand that sometimes with West Ham, we'd always concede a late goal, or we would try and see it out, and you'd be sitting there on the edge of your seat for the, like 10 minutes, 8 minutes of a game thinking, are we going to concede a goal here? But now, especially over the last 2 games, Everton away last week and Spurs at home yesterday, I really did think we sort of managed the game well. We see the games out brilliantly, really. So, yeah, obviously, what is West Ham's basically best defensive four, so to speak? Now, arguably left back picks itself because we've only got one, which is Cresswell. The right back, you would say Kafal, but Ben Johnson is doing well, mate. He's doing well. 21 years old. He's, as I say, it's very, very important. And obviously, you've got Zuma in there. I just think he's been absolutely first class. Like ever since we've signed the geezer, he hasn't done anything wrong. Like he just seems like his levels to the Premier League sort of players, and we're at a level where we're picking off very, very good players, but just not good enough at the top level. If that makes sense. Jesse Lingard was one last season that we picked off from Man United. Weren't cutting it out. Man United come to us, looked like a well beater with us. He's gone back to Man United and he's gone back to being Jesse Lingard of old. Same with Kirk Zuma. Kirk Zuma was very good for Chelsea last year. When Frank Lampard was there, he was doing a lot of damage in defence. He was scoring goals. He was keeping clean sheets. He's no mug. You don't go and play for France if you're not a good defender. And ever since he's come in, we've looked like we've got a bit of calmness at the back defensively. And I've never seen that with us. Never. But for all the time I've been watching West Ham, I've never seen that. Very calm sort of, yeah, we can see this out, right? Rather than let's hope we can see it out, so to speak. So it's interesting, really. It really is. Watch Cardiff and you know what a Sunday League player is like. That's from Dylan, the Bluebird. Moyes is the one who gave Lingard his big chance at Manchester United. Maybe that's why Lingard performed so well for us. Bonner deserves a testimonial, in my opinion. I agree with that last comment about Bonner. I think Bonner's been a great servant. Great servant. I think he's done, arguably, everything very, very well. Do you know what I mean? He's had to go through some shit. Let's not beat around the bush about it. He's had to see some absolute diabolical players come through the door defensively. But in the grand scheme of things, he he was with us. He was doing well. He fell off the edge of a cliff a little bit. People wanted him out. He come back, and for the last say 2 years, 2.5 years, he's been a pretty solid standard like defender for us. And if you was to be honest, he's been probably the best defender at West Ham for the last 2 years. Now, Kirk Zuma coming in is like the future. And obviously, Bonner ain't going to be there forever. So, is it going to be the future? Is Kirk Zuma and Diop? I would love to see that partnership together. I really would. I believe that partnership can do a lot of good things. I believe Zuma can make Diop the player that we paid all that money from Toulouse many years ago. And you don't just lose that sort of defensive capability overnight. It comes and goes. And at the end of the day, I do seriously believe that is the future, Diop and Zuma, in my opinion. And yeah, like obviously, if you could pick a centre half now and go and buy someone to come in, it's very hard to go and buy someone who's like. I think Diop can do the job there with Zuma, and it's mad how Chelsea let Zuma go for £25 million. Like it's literally like they haven't really replaced him, so to speak. They've just basically kept the same squad and just, if anything, recruited from the youth system in Trevor Shadabar. So, yeah, the future's very, very good. But then, do I look at this that Moyes is getting the best out of these players? Because David Moyes and his backroom staff, especially his backroom staff, have to take a lot of credit. Stuart Pearce, Nevin, Kevin Noland, etc. And even Alan Irvine, when he was there, he was part of that little, like that backroom staff that was making these players a lot better. Like Craig Dawson the other day it's one of the best performances I've seen Craig Dawson do at West Ham the other day against Genk. And Genk were no mugs. Let's be real here. They were a team that knew how to attack. They had a big lump up front who was causing mayhem. And he just sounded it very, very well. His awareness, his defensive ability, he scored the goal. And the future's bright. The future's bright. And I said it on a platform, I think it was earlier or yesterday. Basically, I turned around and said that David Moyes is turning into like the Simeone of like Diego Simeone, but of the Premier League. I believe he's setting up with teams to be dogged, rugged, and basically defensively solid, and say, right, if we can nick a goal, you come and break us down. And to me, that like West Ham don't get hammered by teams no more. Right, and fair enough. In the next month, we're going to see if that is still true. We've got Liverpool to come. We've got Manchester City to come, and in beginning part of December, we've got Chelsea. So we're going to be tested, but it's going to be very, very interesting to see if defensively we can get through them good teams. Because at the minute, I don't see us losing games like we did years ago to top teams. Well, I've got a question here. The question is though, do we keep Johnson? It's a right back while he's still doing so well for me. We don't want to hold his progression and potential. He could be better than Kufal, so he stays. I think I understand what you're saying there. I honestly think that there's no reason to drop Ben Johnson at the minute. I think he's played 3 games in a week. He's played well in all 3 games. He's very, very good, mate. He's a very good player, and I will never forget his debut. And I will never forget that. He went to Manchester City away, and we lost the game 1-0. Aguero scored, and he was man of the match. Right, and so he come in, and we had no one. We had no one there, and basically, it was one of them ones where he come in and no one had heard of him, like in Gakia, for instance, and basically he done a job, and he does the job well. The only issue I have is basically, does he sign a new deal? Can West Ham give him reassurances to come and be a first team regular squad player at West Ham United? I think you've got to make a decision, and I know not a lot of people will like this, but I think Fredericks needs to go. I think it's time for two of them. So you've got Ben Johnson and Cafal. And I think Ben Johnson will learn a lot from Cafal and go from there, basically. So that is basically that. Do you know what I mean? So to sort of round it up before I get all your comments, because I know Daya's going live right now, and I will sort of make this short and sweet. But it'd be interesting to see if you've got any comments, put them in the chat. I'll answer them as fast as I can. We've got Shiny G. I'm sure Ben Johnson was a winger first. We found a role for him. He's too good to lose. He has the potential to go far with the right coaching. I believe so, mate. I really do. I think Ben was a scapegoat last season by a lot of fans. And I see it on different social media platforms and different YouTube platforms. He was a very much an easy touch to say, you know what, when West Ham lost, oh, it's Ben Johnson's fault because he's a left back and he's played crap because he's a left back. And I thought that wasn't really fair on him, if I'm honest. I thought Ben done a great job when he come in, but when you're putting square pegs in round holes, it ain't going to work, is it? Do you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, I think Ben needs to sign that contract. I don't understand why it's taking so long. We've got a lot of players at the end of the season who are possibly leaving on a free. You got Noble, Yarmolenko, Ben Johnson, Fredericks. There's someone else in there, and all who I can't remember, but we're losing quite a lot of players. Fabianski, even, sorry. So we've got a lot of players that we need to sort of sign, and make. He's one of them that we need to keep at this club. For progression of this club, he has done more than enough to justify being a West Ham United player. Do you know what I mean? So that is very, very important, in my opinion. Fredericks can offer another attacking option, but maybe a wing back option, so he can stay too. I've got to disagree on that. I think Fredericks. I think we need to start buying attackers to attack, not converting people from defensively into an attacker. And basically, that is what it is. Obviously, he can do a job, Fredericks, but I just think we're so light up top that we need to stop trying to convert these players into something that they're not, so to speak. And that's just my opinion on that. But I think if there's a toss-up between Fredericks or Ben Johnson, I think Ben Johnson wins it hands down for me. So, yeah, that has been my quick video of Fab Four, really, who's been really great in the last week. Obviously, Suma and Abona didn't play on Thursday night, but they've played the last two Premier League games, no goals conceded, and they've looked solid as a rock. I mean, yesterday, Harry Kane didn't get a sniff. Son was very, very quiet. He had one chance the whole game. That was half a chance. And obviously, Kane had a chance with an header, but in the grand scheme of things, I think they marshalled Tottenham very, very well. And I'm so proud that I've got two solid centre halves at this club. And I've never seen us this good. Just never seen us this good ever. So long may that continue. That is me done. I'm going to leave it at that for now, but I will be back soon. I will be doing a betting preview this week. I'll be doing a preview on the Manchester City game, and also I will be doing a few other things in regards to the Villa game. If you like what I do around here and you're new around here, please give me a subscribe. It goes a long way. It really helps me out greatly. And like the video also to get me out there. We've got a fantastic defensive line out of players now. And I think maybe one left back added in the January window is a must. It really is a must. Cresswell can't play 50 games in a season. He can't play every single game because that's just madness. So bring a left back in to help Cresswell. We've got two good right backs, two good left backs, and then we've got four good centre halves, and we're rolling. We're starting to build something amazing. I think David Moyes is doing a fantastic job in developing our players. How he's turning these players from average players into very, very good players. And long may that continue. I really do mean that. Thanks for watching. Take care and come on, you irons.